Hey everyone, it's Matt, and today I'm going to talk about the December Max Mondays and all the Dynamaxes, but more importantly, Dynamax Machop, the must-have unit for at least December. Alright, so for the Max Monday schedule, we have Squirtle December 2nd, which personally I think is a miss. We really should have had Machamp on the 2nd, but Machamp will be available from the 3rd to the 9th, and then 9th till 10 a.m. Then on December 9th, that Monday, we will get Krabby. Krabby will be along with Charmander, Squirtle, Bulbasaur, and Squelvet. Charmander will be on the 16th. Then we will get Cryogonal on the 23rd through the 6th, along with Bulbasaur is going to actually be only available on the 30th as well, but from the 23rd to the 6th, you'll also get Grookey, Scorbunny, Sobble, and Krabby again. But most importantly, though, is going to be Machop, and Machop is only going to be around for 6 days, and on top of that, it is going to be the same time that we're going to be fighting Lapras on the 8th. So the first week, you're going to have to be a little careful with your max particles. And we're going to talk about Machop. Machop is actually going to be a pretty easy kill. The only thing that sucks is we've only got 1 week to get Machop. And for me, this is by far the number one target of the 3 1-star or 3 stars. Machop will be one of the 1 stars. Very easy to kill. It's weak against Fairy, Flying, and Psychic, so Metagross with a Psychic fast attack is going to absolutely nuke Machop out of the water. Machop takes reduced damage from Bug, Dark, and Rock, and the stats overall are fairly low. What you're going to be looking for is IVs between 678 and 730 being the max during normal, and on cloudy weather, which for where I live, there's a good chance he will be weather boosted, and that will be 848 to 913. So just remember 730 and 913 as your CPs for Machop. Going up to Machamp, you do get a pretty good attack. Unfortunately, its defense is fairly low, and its health is actually pretty good overall. With the max CP of 3455, and with all of its fast moves being 1 second, it's not really worth it using an elite fast move to get its Karate Chop. Counter is just fine, as timing is by far the most important. Bullet Punch as Steel is really not worth it for Machamp. You're really only using Machamp for fighting. If you're going to be going for Steel, you should be using Metagross instead. So, all in all, for Machamp, he's going to be our main fighter. The only weaknesses for me that Machamp has is the Bug, Dark, and Rock only reductions. It doesn't have that many weaknesses, though, either. So, all in all, it's basically going to be the main fighting unit that we're going to be seeing, and fighting unit is an incredibly useful team overall. The next unit that we will be getting is Krabby. Krabby is very similar IVs to Machop. Its weaknesses are electric and grass, so personally, I think I'm going to be using my Toxtricity, possibly my Rillaboom as well. You could also use Venusaur if you've got Venusaur, but those will take Krabby out very quickly. It's going to be another 1-star, very easy to solo. It does take reduced damage from Fire, Ice, Steel, and Water. If you really needed to, it could have been a potential tank against Lapras, but we're not getting it until the 9th, which is the day after. I would be honest, I'm a little shocked that we did not get Krabby a little bit beforehand, but all in all, it's not really a good tank anyways. It's mainly for attack, as you can see. But let's go ahead and go for Kingler. You could definitely see that its attack is 240, which is actually pretty good overall. and actually is going to be by far the best water attack that we have. Personally, Mudshot is not worth the fast TM. We're not really going to be using that. If we had to, you could, but right now we don't need it, and it doesn't look like it's necessary. And once again, with Metal Claw being 5 seconds, that could be useful. Overall, I will probably just stick Kingler with Bubble, just because it's a water type, and I'll keep the water type overall. But yeah, there's going to be some people that say, hey, Metal Claw with 0.5 seconds to fill up the meter faster. Kingler could be more useful for that, and it's kind of exactly what you need for the team overall. But once again, as I say, I'd rather just use my Metagross if I had to go Steel. As Metagross just is a better overall unit, especially in defense and HP. Kingler is not going to be very useful as a healing unit at all, so it's not really a support. Its defense is on the average side right now of all of our Dynamax or even Gigantamax Pokemon. I would say our average is right around 200, but 181 is not too far away. But its attack is pretty good, so if you're looking for your pure water attacker and you don't have a Gigantamax Bulbasaur, Kingler can be useful. But because we have a Gigantamax Bulbasaur, it's hard for me to say that Kingler is really that necessary. Finally, at the end of the month, we have Cryogonal, and I'm just going to call him Cryo for short, as I had to spend a lot of time trying to get his name correct. Cryo has a lot of increased damage from fighting fire, rock, and steel, and only takes reduced damage from ice. This is going to be our 3-star unit that we're going to be getting for the month. And interestingly enough, Score Bunny might be the best play here, followed by a steel type Metagross. And if you say, hey, I've got a really top tier steel type Metagross, that will be fine. Its IV is 1524 through 1598 normal, and when it is snowing, since this will be the week right after Christmas, most of the northern hemisphere at least will be getting the snowy potential, and with that the weather boosted is 1905 through 1998. So as I say, the hundos are 1598 and boosted at 1998. Its fast attacks are only ice, and personally, its defense is okay at 218, and its stamina at 190 is slightly below average or right at average, and its attack is fairly poor at 190. If you're unable to get Gigantamax Lapras, then you are going to want to get Cryo, but otherwise this is a somewhat forgettable unit. You're going to be wanting to use Gigantamax Lapras, as that attack will be just that much stronger overall than Cryogonal. And so all in all, it's a little disappointing, but it's a unit that I'm going to get at least 1 or 2 of. And for a 3-star at the very least, if you have a high-end Score Bunny or a steel-end Metagross, that Score Bunny obviously needs to be attacking with fire. For fast attack, it will be a pretty simple 3-star overall, as they both won't take that much damage overall. You may need to add a shield, but with the Score Bunny, you should be able to defeat it within the first round, and I believe the Metagross will be as well, and if not, it will only take to round 2. So what is the order to strengthen Dynamax units? And this will be really quick. This is just going to be kind of to ensure that you guys use your max points correctly. First, make sure that the fast attack is the correct element that you want. Kingler most likely is going to be water, but it kind of depends on yours. You could use it as a steel type. Cryo is obviously going to be ice, and Machop is obviously going to be fighting. Evolve to the highest type, just evolve it to the max, go to Machamp, etc. Kingler. Cryo's already there. Then you're going to want to level up that Dynamax attack skill. At level 3, it's the same power as the level 1 Gigantamax. And if you are missing a element in Gigantamax, then obviously you're going to want to level up the Dynamax to max attack power. And with at least some, and I could definitely see this for Machop or Machamp, depending on what you're thinking, you're going to want to at least ensure that it has its skills up there and ready to go, as I think you're going to be using Machamp for a couple of months at the very least. I don't know what Niantic's schedule is for the next couple of months, but Machamp is going to be useful for sure. It's definitely better than Phalanx. And finally, level up to 40. 40 is probably where you just need to be. If you don't know what level 40 is, that is the last bit before you have to start using the XL candy. You want to make sure that you use the XL candy first to level up all your skills. Then you could go from 40 to 50. That really is the least bang for your buck, getting from level 40 to 50. It's better to have your skills ranked up. The main thing though is obviously if it's a low HP unit, you don't really want to go to support. All units can use guard. All units obviously will be using attack at some point, even if that's the last one. That could be the last little bit that you'll swing to survive. And with that, that's all I've got for this month. Overall, by far the most important is first with Machop/Machamp, then Kingler or Krabby, and finally Cryo is the least important of the bunch. If you've enjoyed these videos or any of the other videos beforehand, which I also put down here for like last month's Max Mondays, etc., please give me a like and follow. And more importantly, I promise to do better for the next video for y'all. Thank you and enjoy.